Look at me all dressed up in my fancy jumper. I feel like this jumper doesn't really go with the hat, but I'm going out to the fine dining experience of Wagamama's in about an hour and a half. That's the time frame that I've got for this. So let me know your favourite Wagamama's dish down in the comments below, and I'll try and apply to every single one of them. And I guess you probably want to talk about some wrestling? Yeah? Hello and welcome to FTTR, I am Hugh McQuaid, and today we are talking about AEW and Revolution in particular and why it needs to succeed. But before we dive into that, please subscribe, please like this video, please comment your thoughts down below on Revolution and why you think it should succeed, and do you think it will? Because let's address the elephant in the room, two elephants in the room. The first elephant is, yes, I have not made a video for a week, I apologise, I've been recharging, resting, all that good stuff. Living is hard, let's put it that way. And yes, AEW, I have not done a video on AEW in a month, an absolute month, and that seems like a crime considering all the AEW figures that I've got behind me, but I am not afraid to admit that sometimes your interest just dwindles in things. WWE became more interesting, more stuff happening, so I was talking about WWE a lot and all that good stuff, and AEW, it has, faltered in the past. Let's put it that way. The wheels weren't coming off. It's not doomsday as people are thinking, but my interest for AEW, it did sort of dwindle a little bit. But they're picking up steam. They are cooking, to say the least, because they have some great stuff going on at the moment in AEW. The introduction of Will Ospreay that's coming, the Samoa Joe Hangman Swerve feud has been incredible. I really love what they're doing with Sting, Darby and the Young Bucks. Despite my initial criticism, they have won me over on that. I really like that they're putting more focus on the women's division. That stuff is cooking there as well. There's a lot of really good stuff going on in AEW, and it all seems to be building to Revolution on March the 3rd. I think it's the 3rd, because that's my birthday. What a birthday treat. Yeah, Revolution on my birthday. Wow. So, Revolution itself, why do I think it needs to succeed? And when I say not will it, I say why it needs to, because I think this is the comeback story. This is that one punch in Rocky or in Real Steel, if you've seen Real Steel, a really underrated Hugh Jackman film. It's that one moment, that one opportunity where they can get back off the wall. Yeah? The back's up against the wall, get off the wall and really ride that wave of momentum throughout the summer, because you have a lot of cool things seemingly in the works for AEW. You of course have All In, you have AEW Big Business with potentially, seemingly confirmed, the debut of Mercedes Moné and a potential Rainmaker himself. You also have a Forbidden Door that may feature New Japan and CMLL. Wow, got that out there. And all the other big shows, Double or Nothing, All Out, and ride that wave of momentum, because it looks like it could be an incredible summer for AEW. But if they trip at this hurdle, that could be rough. That could be really rough, because that would really happen. I think World's End, I never did a video on World's End. World's End was such a wet fart to the end of the year. That show hasn't really aged well for me, to be honest. And everything that AEW has done with the Undisputed Kingdom, which was the big closing angle of World's End, has not delivered for me. I think Undisputed Kingdom are vastly underwhelming, easily one of the least interesting parts of AEW television right now, which is a shame because that story was really cool. So, I think I've pretty much explained that. They need to ride this wave of momentum, and they need to do everything to ensure that Revolution is the best show that it can be. And by that, I mean, do not overload this show, Tony Khan. I know you like to have big pay-per-views, I know you like to have long pay-per-views, but if you want to have the best show that Revolution can be, you want to keep it to 3 hours. Please, keep it to 3 hours and just have non-stop bangers, because looking at the card, The main event triple threat will be a banger. The tag match with the Bucks and Sting will be a banger. Will Ospreay versus Konosuke Takeshita just blew my mind when I saw that. I haven't watched that episode of AEW. When I saw that graphic, I was like, what? They're doing it? They're doing this straight away? I think that could easily be the best match of the year, and I'm insanely hyped to see that. I think Toni Storm versus Deonna Purrazzo will slap as well, and Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong should also slap. That right there is bare minimum. Maybe add 2 matches to it, and you're good. You don't want this to feel... You don't like the filler matches. My only gripe I always have with AEW pay-per-viewers are they are too long. And you could easily shave some of these matches off. I think right here you're looking at an incredibly stacked card, and you don't need to add to it. So please refrain from doing that, Tony Khan. Please refrain from doing that. But other than that, I just think this is such an important step for AEW. Revolutions... I can't think of like a really bad Revolution or a Revolution that underwhelmed. They always seem to be the outlier and the ones that are always good. So I have faith that this Revolution will be, and hopefully this can just propel AEW further and further and further and get back to what it was sort of during Kenny Omega's reign, which for me I think is peak AEW was Kenny's reign. I think that was just everything that I loved about pro wrestling was during his run. And if we can get back to that feeling, that'd be incredible. That'd be incredible. More fans, more people watching. And you know what? Both companies can be good at the same time. Like, I don't know why people think that one has to dip for the other one to be good. That's not the way it works. Like, both companies can be good, and you want both companies to do well, because if both companies do well, people get paid more, people enjoy more things, and we can enjoy wrestling. Why do you... this will just end up on a rant, but why on earth would you want the other company to fail? That is the most idiotic outlook I have ever heard in my life, wanting something else to fail that is in the same ballpark. You know what I mean? Like... why? If the MCU fails, then the DCU is the only thing we've got. It's silly. Variety is the spice of life, guys. So yeah, both companies need to do well. And Revolution is an important show. This has been a very rambly video, full of energy, full of Coca-Cola and not a lot of sleep. So yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. Are you excited for Revolution? What do you guys want to see out of Revolution? And what do you want to see about with AEW moving forward? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll try to reply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.